record on computer. Hey Laura, how you doing? I'm so excited. This is such an amazing week. I'm excited that we've got like Easter ahead of us. It's a beautiful Wednesday in Chicagoland, and we've got lots of events and pushing forward. How are you today?
I am doing fabulous. I just have so many memories of this holiday. I'm sure you guys know that I was in the flower business. I talk about this a lot. I remember the hundreds of Easter lilies that we used to have, and hyacinth plants, and tulip plants, and daffodil plants. And we would sell a lot to the churches. They would put it around their altars. And just the smell of them, I just still remember the smell. It was so beautiful in that. So, but today we're going to talk about all the different traditions, some of them, I should say, across the world. I mean, we were reading these stuff and we were like so amazed at the fun stuff that they like to do. I'm going to start off with France, Deb.
Okay.
I've always wanted to go. I know you have too, but um, so what France does is the kids get chocolates, but they think they get it from the flying church bells. Yes, you heard me, flying church bells. What happens is they think because the bells in the churches don't ring from Good Friday to Easter morning to mourn Christ's death. And so they think it's that they go to that the angels or whatever, they go to Rome and they fetch the goodies and bring them back for Sunday morning. It is so amazing. So that's what they call them, flying church bells. I think that is so cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if they put them in baskets, whatever, you know. And then the markets, they're all decorated with real fluffy rabbits, goats, and they have ducks and all kinds of stuff that you could pet. And then uh, in the village of Bazir, okay, about half an hour from Toulouse,
Hmm.
they make a giant omelet each year with 15,000 eggs and a dozen cooks. And once it's complete, they slice it up in 1,000 portions and serve it with bread to the village. Isn't that cool?
That is so cool. I mean, it's so and it's interesting how, you know, everybody has a different way, We just assume
Right,
like we
right,
do
right,
things the way things are done. Well, how
right. I think that is
I think it's neat. Sorry, did I interrupt you? Sorry. Um,
no, not
let's go to Guatemala next. How's that? Are we if anybody feels like
okay.
we're
That's really cool.
a little weird here because of the Zoom. It's not us, it's Zoom itself, the platform. So Guatemala, okay, there's a city, Antigua, Guatemala, that holds the world's largest Easter extravaganza, and it has all these
Mhm.
religious parade floats. So they have this big parade, so it's a big celebration, kind of like the opposite of Mardi Gras, where
Yeah,
Mardi Gras is really
exactly.
wild. This is more religious, which is really cool. And it takes 15 to 100 citizens to carry the floats. So they carry the floats. So back in the day, Lori and I were real big on making floats for
Yeah,
homecoming. Remember that? And we would use
yeah.
trucks and all kinds of stuff and flatbeds and all that kind of stuff. But these are actually carried. So and they have this is one of the most striking Easter traditions that they say. It's almost like they call it alfamras, which is the Arabic word for carpet. So it's kind of like they're carrying the carpet, like you see, like in Aladdin and all that kind of stuff. So very, very interesting. Which one do you want to go on to next, Laura?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I just want to say, what they make them, they make these flowers on there, and it's made out of chalk, okay? Or yeah, sawdust, dyed sawdust and sand. I didn't mean to say
Okay.
chalk. Sawdust and sand. And you should see how beautiful and bright it is. Think about like a black skirt with these big bright flowers on it.
Yeah.
That's how it looks. It's beautiful. And then when it's over, they just get rid of the sand. It is so cool. I don't know how it stays, but It's remarkable. But yeah, I'm gonna go on to Greece. I've
Okay.
always thought Greeks, they always celebrated a lot. And their tradition is they during the midnight church, the flame, they do something with a flame. Um,
Mhm.
Easter falls on April 19th this year. The holy fire, which is said to admit the tomb of Jesus Christ, every Holy Saturday is flown from Jerusalem to Athens and then delivered throughout Greece. During midnight church service, the flame is passed from the priest to the worshipers, candles illuminating the dark spaces with light. The ceremony concludes with cheerful chorus of Christos Antisi, Christ has risen. And the echo from Sunday, Easter
Froze a second here, everybody. So
Tulusky represents the Holy Trinity, and red hard-boiled eggs symbolize Christ's blood. Could you imagine having red dyed eggs?
and think about the symbolism. I mean, as I'm looking at this,
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, you know,
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool. And the thing about it too, as I'm reading this and looking at this, the Greeks don't always celebrate Easter the same time we are. They're
exactly. Notice
the
that
week
the week.
before or the week after, or sometimes it falls. And it goes by the way the sun is and the moon is. And I'm not quite sure how that works. But every once in a while, our paths cross with each other. Have you
Mhm.
ever been to a Greek church, Deb?
Yes, actually, I can say that I've been to a Greek wedding and I've also been to a Greek funeral. And they're I mean, very, very spiritual and I mean, it's very interesting. They're longer, a lot longer than what we have. And things are similar, but a lot different. It's
Yeah, they got that Christian attitude, but the thing
Mhm.
is with them is they just do things very, very old fashioned. They're very strict on their ways of doing things. It's
Mhm.
pretty cool. I did a couple weddings in the flower shop with it. And what I found so neat about the place is that in the entranceway, they had this big dome circle. And
Mhm.
if you said hello, you get an echo, hello, hello, hello. And I don't know what that's supposed to symbolize, but it was pretty cool. So,
That is
Debbie, you
cool.
talked about Bermuda.
Ooh, yep, let's skip Bermuda here. Let's just find it because I have, like I was saying, I dropped my papers, so they're all in the wrong. So anyways, Bermuda apparently has these pastel pink sands, okay, and the baby blue waves that come up. And so it leverages all of their Easter traditions, apparently, okay? So one of the ways that they do things is they have a kite flying festival, okay, on the Horseshoe Bay, which is a big bay there, and they have all these different kites that they fly. And apparently after that, they have a wooden sticks that provide structural integrity for the cross, okay, and also in a star shape. And when they have that, they also then, this is symbolized all everywhere and supposed to symbolize the resurrection. But then they have a traditional Easter dish, which includes hot cross buns and codfish cakes, which that's very interesting, okay. And then finally, the island grows Easter lilies, okay, and gift bouquets of white flowers, okay, which is really awesome that they have. So it apparently they do it obviously categorized into like their actual environment, which is awesome. So I love that. That's really cool.
I think it's awesome. I mean, could you just see the Easter lilies and
Oh,
people
yes,
planning them and having them there for the next year? I think it's
absolutely.
awesome. That would be so much fun. I love codfish, so I can imagine what the codfish
Ooh,
is like.
me too. Some good codfish. I love all kinds of fish, actually.
Yeah. And go ahead, Deb. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, go ahead, go ahead.
Poland. Oh,
Yay.
we have Debbie and I have a very special Polish friend, and she's just comes. She's not from Poland, but her family is, and she's just amazing. What they do, the one thing that they do is they decorate their eggs so intricate, like they're so beautiful. They're bright colors and flowers and all kinds of stuff that's different than the regular eggs the way that they decorated. It's almost like an art.
Mm.
And they also have they just do a lot with eggs. You know what, Debbie and I were talking a little bit earlier about why all these people, all these different areas around the country, why do they celebrate with eggs? Well, I know eggs are like birth, okay? They're like birth because the egg, you know, the chicken and the egg or whatever, but eggs are like the birth and it's like reborn. There's so many symbolisms for Easter, like butterfly,
Hmm.
because a caterpillar turns into a butterfly. It's just so many symbols of Christ being risen.
Hmm.
So that's what they do. And they do water fights. Could you believe that? They actually do water fights.
You
One of
know,
the traditions years ago was that you would shoot somebody with water. And, you know, and now it's like, given that they start these, after they start doing these projects and stuff, they start squirting each other. It's pretty
wow.
cool, actually. So, and that, with that, Deb, you want to talk about Italy? That's my family
Sure,
thing.
let's do this one. Okay, Italy. Okay, it's interesting. You talked about Poland. I'm Polish. I'll talk about Italy. Yours.
Oh,
Okay,
you
so
don't have anything to add to Poland?
no, actually, I don't. And you know what? I feel really bad not knowing that, but I do know that when bread was baked, they always put the bread and then they put a hard boiled egg in there. Okay, and I know a lot of times one biggest Polish slash Catholic slash thing is we would go get the baskets blessed, at church.
Yes.
Okay, so that was that, and you usually do that this Holy Saturday. You would go and bring your baskets and you bring your bread and your eggs and everything in there, so.
Yeah. Do you do that at your church?
We do it at my church, and I have failed to do that quite often. So I have to say I haven't, but as a little girl, my mom always took us. So,
That's good. Yeah, they do it at our church too. I think this year I want to go watch that. I think that would be cool.
oh yeah, it's very cool. It's very cool. Just being around the spiritual part of it and the people celebrating, I think is the cool part too. But okay, so Easter celebrations in Italy are extraordinary, it says. Florence holds a ritual called, okay, Scopio del Caro. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Scopio de Caro.
Okay, but okay, in which white oxen carry century-old wagons to the Basilica di Santa Maria del Fiore, and after the mass, the archbishop sends a mechanical dove into the wagon, and which explodes into spectacular fireworks. Oh my goodness! A parade through the city follows. Again, another parade, which is interesting. So, I mean, you hear about these European and other countries, a lot of them doing parades, which is really cool. And most of the Easter celebrations don't stop until the night ends. And Easter Monday is called Pesquita, maybe. Okay, a little Easter, okay. And it's the packing of the leftovers and getting outside to relax and stuff. And in the Umbrian village of Panic, whatever. I don't, Lori, we should have switched because you should have all these words.
Yeah.
But what's so
I
interesting?
don't know what it's saying on my list here. Well, in some village.
Yeah, in some village. So basically, and again, another kind of like type of a thing that they have, like these parades. Do you remember anything, Lori, that you can pull from your like childhood or from any of your?
Oh, I do. Like, oh God. We worked so hard in the business. Everybody was in the flower business. And so many things. I used to make these corsages that were made of carnation, and they had this little styrofoam eyes, googly eyes, and a nose. And I attached that, and then I had styrofoam rabbit ears. And I used to make those corsages. I used to sell hundreds of those things. Remember years ago, Debbie, everybody got a corsage for Easter.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I used to sell a lot of them. Nobody does that anymore. What's that going on, people? We got to go back to the old traditions. Those were fun times. You know, a lot of people say, oh, Easter's just another day. No, it's not. It's a celebration. If you're not Christian, you still celebrate.
Mhm.
But if you're Christian, you're celebrating that Jesus rose from the dead. And the thing is, our lives have changed,
Right.
and that's how the church got started after Easter. That was the start of the church. But the thing is, we're not here to preach about church or anything, but there's so many traditions, families getting together and, having some of these things, these sugar cookies decorated like Easter bunnies, the eggs, all kinds of stuff. In fact, my granddaughter is coming over and we're making Easter cookies. And I am looking forward to it so much and stuff. Debbie, what are some of your traditions?
Well, I'm gonna just pull up the United States for a second and we'll hit that at the same time because I think that'd be great because then we can kind of okay. So for me, I don't even like marshmallow peeps, but everybody's got to buy them, right? You got to have them, but it's on here. But I definitely like doing an Easter basket for, my grandson, and that's just something I always do, right? But we normally in a typical we'll do Easter egg, decorations and stuff. But for us, it starts off at Palm Sunday, and we go to church on Palm Sunday and get the palms, and all Holy Week is Holy Week, and then we have Easter Saturday sometimes is preparing for Sunday, and of course church, and of course have everybody over. We still do an Easter egg hunt. We still do, the traditional little things like
Oh,
we do, like
awesome.
yeah, we do ham and we have, we're not big on lamb. Part of our family is, but it's very minimal. So we just do ham and all what there's always asparagus and got to have ripe bread and you got to have, so it's for us, it's around the food, but the food is also the part of like everybody celebrating and eating together. So it's the time of that. But I definitely feel very strongly about this being a new beginning myself, like you had said. And I feel like I've taught that to my kids that this is when, we
Yes,
really got to know it's a focus and we kind of, that whole tradition of the
right.
year of all the different holidays, the meaning behind it is so powerful, and so but in Los Angeles, I got to tell you, they have the blessing of the animals. And I know our church does blessing of the animals, and I know it's coming up soon, and I know it's kind of around Easter, which is kind of interesting. And that's also
Yeah,
kind of like a thing that's a new beginning or whatever. But I think that for us, it's just it's also spring is sprung kind of thing. And then we know in our like climate, I should say, because people here are watching all over, and maybe you have warm weather all year round, but for us, we're getting over this cold winter, and now we're going into this thing. And so I think I don't know how you feel about this, Lori, but I kind of feel like I like living in different climate changes. Like I don't really appreciate having a lot of freezing cold and snow, but I deal with it because I know what's around the corner. And I feel like that's the way Easter is too. We know what's
yeah,
around the corner.
right,
We have new beautiful weather, and
right.
it's a part of our life that, and it's where we've got that, you know, awesome new beginning. So um but with that, Lord, do you have anything else that we want to add? Because I know
Well, I just want to say that, I hope everybody can have a great Easter, maybe come up with some any tradition or something. And please put in the comments of any suggestions or anything that you know about your heritage, so we could share that along with everybody. And again, thank you so much for being part of our page and watching our videos. We love it. Get more people to join. We would absolutely love it. And if you have any questions or any ideas, do not hesitate to tell us about it. So with that, Debbie, would
absolutely.
you like to close us out?
Sure, absolutely. I'm gonna do a flip. I'm gonna say, I'm Debbie,
I'm Lori.
and we're friends helping friends. All right, you guys, take it easy. Have a wonderful,
Take
beautiful
care.
family
Bye-bye.
blessed,
Love you
blessed
guys.
holiday. Love
Bye.
y'all. Bye bye.